simply done like this. It's really just... There's raw speed. You can either be faster than somebody else, right? You can be trickier than someone else, right? Or you can make them think you're going to do something, hey! And then do it later. Okay? Those are pretty cool, right? Okay, watch. Well, I got to give him a chance or I feel bad. You ready? My turn. You sure you know how to play?
Sorry. No.
Give him a big...
Sure!
Of course you do. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. But sparring is really simple. It's about one thing. It's about not getting hit or touched so you don't lose a point. And then it's about the other person or trying to hit the other person or touch the other person so you get a point. Got it? That's why it's just like that game. Let me try with the red belt. So now I want you to get a partner. We're going to try it. The first thing you're going to try to do is watch. Hello. 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 Okay. Yesterday I tried to come up on an airplane and it didn't land. Make sure your airplane is landing today, okay? So just stay here with me just a few seconds. So if you hear my voice, when you hear my voice, I want to see you seeing me. So if I see you and I see you not seeing me, that means you can't possibly be listening. So you're going to miss all the cool stuff if you don't listen. Got it? Yes, sir! Yesterday I missed my plane. Don't miss the plane today, all right? Well, I didn't miss it. I was there. The plane decided not to come. Okay. First we're going to practice speed, right? So that means I'm just going to try to be faster than him. Right? Sometimes you can be faster. Sometimes you're not going to be faster. Right? So first I'm going to try speed. Then I'm going to try what we call fakes or checks. Hey! Move the hand! Good. Okay? So then a check or a fake is where you try to fake your opponent. Hey! And make him think you're going to do something, and then you do it, right? Then finally, we may try some deception. Get the idea? Give him a big hand. She wants to move into the empty space where there is nothing. Got it? Sir! There you go. But you will. Let's try it again. Give him the bottom. You get to get me. The guy who's slapping. Ready? Go. So as soon as I feel his hands move, you can open your eyes. The guy who's slapping can open his hands. Open his eyes. Hit my hands. Here you are. Hit my hands. Hit my hands. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Okay. Gotta move fast. Get the idea? Sir! Good. Okay, you're gonna get it. Don't worry. Sit down for a second. Sit down. Good. Can I borrow you for a minute? Good.
Give me go.
My eyes are gonna be closed. I want to feel when his hand leaves and then I'm gonna move. I felt his hand, so I want you to concentrate when you feel the hand move. Then you move your hands. Got it?
Sir.
Okay, don't hurt anybody and don't play around. Only touch the hands. Thank you. Try it. Okay, you be on the bottom. I'm on the top. So I'm going to try to fake him and make him move. Close your eyes. Hey! Get the idea?
Sir!
Try it. You're going to try to get away. You move your step. Watch out. Okay, give him a big hand. It's really not fair because I have really long arms, but so you have to be close enough where they can touch you. If you don't move, the guy should be able to touch you right here. If you do move, you should be able not to touch you. Got it? Okay, watch again. Your stance needs to be balanced. You need to be balanced. Who am I missing? Your stance needs to be balanced. So that means that when somebody moves, if I watch, my stance needs to be balanced so that I know when he comes that I can push off that front foot and go away. Got it? Let's try it. Get a partner. 5 times. Okay, let's try it. Now watch me. Just sit like this. Sit. Watch my hand. Whichever way my hand moves, I want you to move your head in that direction. Good. Get the idea? Now watch. Watch. Do I have everybody? Good. Watch. Oh, you guys didn't move. Watch. Good. Okay. Now, what you're going to do with your partner, stay there. What you're going to do with your partner, I'm still missing. Who am I missing? Watch me. I want you to stay this far away from your partner, and all you're going to do is this. You're going to leave your arms like this, and if he moves this arm, you're going to move that way, and if he moves this arm, you're going to move that way. Got it? Move the whole body. There you go. Good. Other side. Get the idea? Let's go. For this particular drill, you guys need to move your whole body and feet. Don't duck. So you need to be on balance for kicking. So you can't duck if you want to be on balance for kicking. So you're going to need to move your whole body in a fighting stance to the one side or the other. Got it? Sir! Let's try it.
Same thing, only you gotta move your whole body.
We're going to work on some specific strategy stuff, and we're going to work on some motion stuff as well as how to use something you just learned. The most important thing to remember about what you just learned is that if you move in the direction that something is coming, you won't get hit by it. Got it?
Yes, sir!
All right. Well, that may not sound so important just yet, but it will be. Yeah, sure. Okay. We're going to work on actually the sort of kicks that we just did. The spinning motion that we did before, we'll try to take those today and put those into a couple of different types of kicking motions. The most important, yes. A what? What does it look like?
Crescent, spinner, crescent, crescent.
Well, if you already know it, why would we do it? Give him a big hand. Sure, we can do that, but we're going to do something else. And we may do something that looks like that. So first I want to work on some double kick motion. Do you have any targets here?
No, sir. I'll bring some back for this.
I
have teens, sir. Lots of teens.
We'll work on a double kick motion, and then we're going to work on, try to do a triple kick motion. Let me borrow, young lady. Red belt, can I borrow you again?
Sir.
Okay, I want to work on a triple kick motion, but first we have to work on a double kick motion. Double kick motion, you know double kick? Double round kick in the air? Okay, watch, we're going to go slow. First you do round kick with your back leg. Leave it up there. Leave it up there. Good. And before it comes down, he has to jump and kick with the other leg. Ouch! Good luck, right? Okay, ready? 1, 2. Okay, we're going to build that into a triple kick, and then I'm going to show you the way to do the kick. A triple kick, exactly my point. First, we have to do the double one. So first, we're going to start with a single. So you're going to come up to the front of the line and go 1, and then jump in 2. The next time you come on the line, you go 1, 2. And then you go 1, 2, 3. Almost got the idea. Give him a big hand. Let's try 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. But let's have lines for 1. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1. The whole idea behind this motion is that you're kicking once to this side of the body and once to this side of the body. So when you're doing this kick, you have to think about that. So the whole idea behind this is kicking 1, 2. But doing it fast enough where it's in the air, so you're going to go 1, 2. Turn the body over. Got it? After this, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Give her a big hand. She's still alive. Okay. Now, sit. Watch. Round kick. Round kick. Round kick. Okay, now do double. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. She'll get it. Give her a big hand. Yeah. It's almost like running. Almost like running. The first 2 kicks are in the air. The last kick, as your foot's coming down, your foot goes up high. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Give her a big hand. That's beautiful. If you do it like that, that's called running kick. And when you do running kicks, you can do about 4, 5, 12,000 of them. You can chase somebody down the floor with them. If you do the other one, it's double, triple. Got it? Let's try it again, then we'll try to move on to one other kick. Go. The important thing is you can remember. I hope you remember something from the little time we spent today together. I would hope that you would remember, if you can imagine it, you can do it. How many people could imagine they could do 3 kicks in the air today? Before today, though. Yeah, so today hopefully you learn that you can imagine you can do 3 kicks, you can do 3 kicks in the air. Later on today we'll be doing some different kicks and some different sparring stuff. So if you have time, what's the next? If you have time for, well, it's late. You should watch the other stuff too. But also on this stuff, if you don't practice it, you'll never learn it. So you have to let yourself practice it a little bit, and then you can learn it. So make sure when you practice your spin, not to just do it halfway, do it full way. Okay? Sure. Coolness. Any questions? Yes.
I'm gonna practice that one if there's 3 kicks at home.
3 kicks is pretty cool, right? Yeah. Any other questions? No questions? Okay, I think there's Master McCoy wants to do something. Yes.
I'll correct you, I'm not a master yet, but that's okay, thank you. We're going to do a drawing. Mr. Perez brought us some stuff from the WEC Masters show on which he is the most awesome Olympus.
Yikes. Kind of a straight line to the target. You're going to take a straight line from the target or whatever. Now what I want you to do is travel your foot along that line. Okay. He was still able to chamber it. What it means is that your chamber is going to be gradual. Rather than lifting your chamber straight up, your chamber is going to follow gradually and extend, right? So you can bring it straight to the target. Now the good news is, kind of weird, right? Weird, but it's totally that. That went straight to the target because my knee moves first, my hip moves first, and it goes straight in. So there's no point where my foot or the striking area isn't facing the target. So if you watch beginners, the biggest mistake beginners make is they go what? Look where my foot's facing. Right? Same idea with side kick. Side kick shouldn't be 2 motions. Side kick shouldn't be. Side kick should be 1 motion. Straight to the target. So, and now that's just science. That's just science. Because I want to move straight to the target. Why? Thanks.
Time.
Time. Yeah, real simple. Time. I want to get to the target first and fast. How long does it take to kick?
Split second.
How long?
Less than a second.
Split second.
Takes about 500 milliseconds for the average person. You know what the fastest person in the world kicks? Probably about 300 milliseconds. Do you know what the difference between 300 and 500 is?
Contact.
Listen. That's about the difference. So that's the difference. So everything you can do to improve that space, to make it closer together. The other things you have to have are timing, accuracy, all this sort of nonsense, and strategy. What I want to talk to you today about is, so I don't care whether you kick like this or not, it doesn't matter. Method doesn't matter. What matters is that you think about it scientifically. If he wants to hit him, and he wants to be fast. He has to improve everything he can to make himself faster. So he's got to improve the direction of the angle of the kick to the target. In other words, he's going to face his foot. And the thing I'll give you is this. Relax for a second.
It's pretty hard, huh?
Sorry. Don't worry, we're going to do physical stuff. I really wanted to go through the...
He's going to pay you for hitting it.
All right. Yikes.
Hit me.
I don't carry hundreds.
I do.
That's okay. Okay, so this is $20, right? Whenever I do this, they always rip it, right? This is $20. It was on the floor. Well,
I go for the head. I don't need $20. You just got give it to me. Stop. Hey, let's go for the head.
a news scientist. Right? Okay, you notice if I said to them it's $20, or if I said it was $100, they would reach for what first? Yeah. Did they go like this? Did they go like this? Oh, they went right to it. They went in a straight line because when you want something, you go straight to it. You don't waste any time because you know if you waste time, you're going to lose. Think about kicking like that. Think about your point getting like that. If you waste time, you're going to lose. So I'm going to travel in a straight line. I'm going to travel with the striking implement first and straight. There are going to be changes for this, but they're going to be minute changes. What I mean by that is there may be things that you want to do angularly for the purpose of going around something. But for the most part, on a straight attack, where I see the opportunity and I see the space is empty, fighting stance, you think I'm going to fight? That guy's pretty good. And I see the target is open on either side. I don't need to go around it. I don't need to go wherever. I'm going straight to the target. That means my foot's going to travel straight. My foot's going to travel first. My knee's going to bend because there's dynamics of the kicking motion that I have to compensate for. But I'm going to try to get there that way. The next thing is, let's start. I'm going to start at the very beginning. Okay, relax. Just say the fighting start. Okay, get ready to kick. Go. Back kick. Turn. Back kick. Go. Back kick. Go. or as Mr. Perez said, the back leg! Thank you, sir! Ready to go. Okay, let's look at it again now. Let's look at, because I want to eliminate all his extra motion. And this is from your generation. Telegraph, remember? We talked about telegraph? I want to eliminate all the extra motion. Fighting stance, get ready. Go. Nope. What's wrong with that kick?
Chambered it too much.
Nope. Watch. What else? Watch. Go. Nope.
Front movement.
Yeah, this moves first. There's a reason for this to move first, but this is not the time for it. When you want to close distance or you want to check or you want to fade. So this is extra motion. Ready, kick. Nope. His chest turn first. If I can touch him before his foot touches me, his chest turn first. So now I've already figured out 2 or 3 things that I can fix to make his kick faster. He can fix. I'm going to practice, if I'm him, I'm going to practice my ability to get my foot off the floor. Because that's the most important part. If you want to get your foot off the floor, what do you have to do first?
Shift your weight to the
Nope. Nope. Anybody hear of Isaac Newton?
Sir.
What's the first law of motion? Say it again. Are you a scientist?
That's the third law of motion. That's okay. That's the third.
What is it? Say it again, because that's the right one.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite
For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. So if I want to go in this direction, which way is my first action going to be?
That direction.
In that direction. So what does this foot have to do before it can go that way? It's got to push that way. That's how it comes off the floor. It doesn't come off the floor with the quadricep. It comes off the floor by pushing off the floor. That's why I can tell how hard you're going to kick by the use of a force plate. A force plate is something that you put on the floor, and when you touch it, you can tell how much force registers. And by the force that you register on the floor, they can tell how much force you're going to have this way. So when we did studies at the Olympic Training Center, that's how they figured out how hard we kicked. Well, in addition to letting the guy over there go, ow! But that's another story. So, before he can move forward, he's going to have to push off the back foot to go forward. Whether he's kicking or stepping. So now think about that. Push off that back foot to go forward. Let me do it again, right? Snap the kick. Push. Okay, it's getting a little better, right? Yes or no? Yes. Well, give him something. You know, he doesn't know. He's getting a little better. Boo. Take this arm. Fighting stance. Let me tell you the reason he moves his front foot. Don't move.
Starting with Mr. Perez.
Hold up. I want to check something. The reason he has to move his front foot, I'm not picking on him, but I'm picking on him. The reason he has to move his front foot is his front knee isn't bent properly. Because if his toes are out here, before he can move his weight, if his knee is too straight, or before he can shift his weight, he has to literally do what he says, which is shift his weight. He has to shift his weight to come forward. So if he had a better fighting stance, one that was more equal, in a 50-50 sense, then he would be able to shift his weight and push without that. So you might want to bring that front foot a little bit. No, bring your back foot. Not so much here. Go. Oh, it's a little fast, right? Give him a big hand. It's not bad. So everybody thinks they get born with a certain amount of speed, and that's all you've got. You've got fast twitch, slow twitch, muscle fibers. But the difference is this. So there's genetically, you have a certain amount of fast twitch, you have a certain amount of slow twitch, all that sort of stuff. But you have all this stuff, all this science stuff that you can fix to make your kicks faster. And the bottom line is, if you can make your kicks faster, you're going to hit the target more often. Then we're going to talk a little bit about strategies. Give him a big hand. Go away. Sir, say it for yourself. All right. Any questions about that part? Okay, now I'm not talking about the way you kick, the way you were taught to kick. I'm not talking about that because we all kick different ways. That's called style. So I'm not talking about style, I'm talking about science. I don't want to talk about style because style doesn't matter. Science matters. What matters is that you look at everything that you do and you find a reason for doing it. If you don't understand the reason, then you ask the reason. The biggest problem that people have when they walk into a martial art room, and I give this example at my seminars, and I'm sure I gave it when I saw these gentlemen last time. Stand up. Sir. Go outside. Sir. Okay, stay there. Okay, turn around, walk in, bow, come in. Stop. Before he came in the room, he knew all this stuff about life. He knew that, birds fly, this goes here, stand up. The birds fly, they do this, they drop something and hits the ground. As soon as he walks in that room, he ceases to have any knowledge of the world. If I walked over there, I said, turn off the light now, he'd go, how? Right? Because he forgets that science still works in this room. Don't forget, science still works in this room. Right? He didn't ask me how to walk over here. You know how to walk. Just like you know how to run. And if you know how to run and you know how to walk, you know how to do martial arts. If it's fast for running, if you run in a certain way, then it should also be fast for kicking. Why would that rule change? If it works in football, and it works in baseball, and it works in golf, why would that rule change in martial arts? If a golfer wants to develop more power, he learns how to use his hips better. If a baseball player wants to make a good swing, he learns how to use his hips and follow through. Right? Sir? I don't think baseball players, I don't think they go like this. I don't think they lead with the shoulder. I think they move together. I could be wrong. And I don't think, I'm almost absolutely certain that golfers follow through, and at the moment of impact, everything is leveraged. So that's just science. So what I'm asking you to do is in a method sense, and this is more for the guys who are going for rank, ask yourself the science question. If it works, grab it. If it works in Aikido, if it works in all that stuff that you do, if I can leverage his joints in this fashion, right? if I can leverage his joints in this fashion, and it works in the opposite to cause him pain, why shouldn't it work? Why? Where you go? Why? Where you go? Why shouldn't it work in the other sense? So if I want power in my punch, why would I not use the same leverage? If it works in this way against you, why can't it work for you? Now that wasn't right, and that wasn't.
I didn't see that. Can you do that again?
Can you hear that sound?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's a good sound. That's a great. I love that sound, right? But that, and if you watch, if you're on this side of it, my hand doesn't travel. My hand only travels this much because my waist travels and my weight travels. Now that's not magic, and that's science. That's science. Because I'm just leveraging. Where's my power coming from? From where? No, deeper than that. Where's it coming from?
The earth.
The floor, yeah. The floor. The floor, come. Sir, my power's coming from, I'm leveraging from here to here. If I was just leveraging from here, I don't even know how I could do that. You know what I'm saying? So push against me. Sir. If he's pushing against me and I'm just leveraging up here, he's going to be able to knock me over. If I'm here, right, he can't because I'm leveraging to the floor. Science. Sir. I like punching things. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I don't want to talk. All I want to say is usually I teach about 8 hours a day. In the first 4 hours I talk. So I go through a whole sort of science thing.
Let me go rent the room for another 4 hours.
No, but I won't do that today. I want to do some physical stuff. But what I wanted to share with you is the idea of method, and what I mean by method is what I just said. I want you to look at the component part of what it is that you're trying to do. And I'll give you an example. When I'm fighting, when I'm looking at a particular technique for sparring, I look at the offensive capability, the defensive liability, the opportunities for it, where it fits, and how much energy I expend on it. What do you get tired doing? More round kicks to the body or more round kicks to the face?
More round kicks to the face.
Why should you get more tired? It's the same kick.
More energy expended.
Why? Why? Who said it? Sit up. Say it again.
More distance, sir.
That's just science. Sit down. If I drive my car to Kansas, so I drive my car to Massachusetts, one takes more energy because it's more distance. Which one? I don't know. It felt like Massachusetts this morning. I don't know. All right. Depends what time in the morning you start. No. The farther the distance, the more energy. So if I'm throwing face kicks, it's going to take more energy because it's more distance. Leg goes higher, it takes more energy. If I'm throwing back kicks or round kick, which takes more energy? Hypothetically, they should take the same amount of energy. They're traveling the same distance. But for some reason, back kicks seem like they take a lot more energy. So I'm kind of one of these guys. If it seems like it takes more energy, either I'm doing it wrong or it takes more energy. So something about the way back kick is done takes more energy than round kick. You can throw 1 billion round kicks. You ever try to throw 1 billion back kicks? It's really difficult. And I don't know why. Because they travel, stand up. They travel the same distance, right? If I'm fighting with him and I go here, my foot travels from here to here, it's about 3 feet. And it only travels in a certain fashion, switch. I travel back, he travels the same fashion. But if I do a lot of these, I get a lot more tired than if I do a lot of those. I don't know why.
It's a lot more distance.
Which one?
Back kick.
No.
You have to add a spin to it.
No? No? Why? Why would it be more distance?
Because of your stance.
No. Okay, stop. Let's do science. No, I'll listen, but I'll tell you why it's not a lot more distance. If I spin this way and I step forward, is there any more distance than if I spin this way and step forward?
Nada.
Say no. Say no.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, because my shoulder either can travel this way, this is the pivot point, or my shoulder can travel this way. And this is the pivot point, right? Pivot point. Pivot point never changes. If this is, how can I do this? You ever use one of those compasses? Okay, does it take more time to spin this way with the compass around to make a circle, or more time to spin this way to go around? They take the same amount of time. Same distance.
Yes, sir. The only reason I say that is your feet aren't 90 degrees to start.
Yes, they are. They should be.
They should be, but they weren't when you
They should be. In other words, if your fighting stance is right, not right. If your fighting stance is balanced, both feet will be facing the same way. You turn one out on the heel, the other out on the toe. Now it should be equidistant. Now the reason I say this is because when you do your fighting stance, the way you do your fighting stance is really easy. I'm going to do my fighting stance the way I walk. I'm going to walk. I'm going to stop walking. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to see that my shoulders, I take shoulder width distance steps. That's just Pete. God gave you shoulders, and to be balanced, you walk in shoulder width distance steps. You ever watch people who walk differently? They look weird. Right? Like women sometimes walk like this. Well, sometimes. Foreign countries. Right? And then you have men who walk, like big. Right? And it looks weird because it's not the way your body's designed. Your body's designed to walk a certain way. Biomechanically, evolution, all that sort of nonsense is designed to walk. And if you check your steps and the footprints in the snow, you got a lot of snow up here, go walk around a little while, and then take your feet, put your feet into those footprints sideways, and you'll see they're underneath your shoulders. It's just kind of the way it works out. If you look at your footprints in the snow, you'll also notice something else. They're not on the same line. It's like there's one track of feet over here, there's another track of feet over here. The only time your feet are in the same line is if you're a fashion model. And that's because you want your hips to wiggle. Right?
That explains Ace.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, you have an alternative lifestyle, but we won't talk about that. No, sir. All right. So, is there anything you'd like to share with the group today?
No, sir.
Towards that end, towards that end, right? Stranger things have happened. Towards that end, about shoulder width distance apart, there's a couple of ways to do your fighting stance. Shoulder width distance apart, right? You could step back and then turn your foot, and you'd still be in the same place. The reason I tell you that is you want your feet to have separate tracks to kick. And this is not anything foreign to your sport or your art. This is a Korean concept. Separate tracks for your kick. Got it?
Sir.
Sir! Ready to punch again?
Yes, sir.
All right. Enough of that nonsense. Method, think about it, science, fix it, find a balanced fighting stance. Now, I will give you, let's talk about fighting stance and then I'll move on to physical stuff. What is the singular purpose of a fighting stance? This is a good one. What?
Launching pad.
Launching pad, what else?
have to give your opponent so many open spaces.
Okay, what else?
Be equally balanced offensively and defensively.
There you go. Come on, guys. What are you doing to fight? You want to find out what the singular purpose of something is? Think about what you're trying to do in it, or think about what you're trying not to do in it. If you're in a fighting stance, and we have figured out the singular purpose of martial arts is to hit and not be hit, right?
Sir.
Then what is the singular purpose of a fighting stance? To hit and not get hit. Because it's the way you stand. Don't make it any harder than it is. You're here, and if somebody's trying to kick you, what do you need to be able to do?
Blocking.
No, blocking is last resort. Never, blocking is always a bad answer. Did somebody say blocking back here?
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not a good answer. It's not a bad answer. It's not the best answer. What? And this is a Bruce Lee axiom, right? What did he say? He said, "Don't be there," right? Something like that. If you're not there, you can't. My instructor, I used to get in fights when I was young. Believe it or not. And so I would tell him about these fights I would get into, and he would, you know what he'd say to me? I'd say, "But I was right. The guy started. He did this. He didn't say a word. He just said, but you didn't have to be there. So if you went to that place, if you didn't go to that place, you should stay at home and you should watch TV. Then who's going to fight with you at home alone?" So I think about that. Really, he's kind of right, right? If I'm not out, I'm not at the, if I'm out at some club or I'm, when I was younger or whatever, I was a musician, I used to play nightclubs. If I wasn't there, I just stay by myself, then nobody can bother me. Kind of the same thing in martial arts. If I don't want to get hit, what's the best way? Well, to be in the stands, sipping soda and watching the match is one of the good ways. But if I have to be in the ring and the guy's throwing the kick, what's the best way? Well, just not be there, yeah. Either not be there, not give him an opportunity. It's brilliant. Stand up there.
Sir.
So, he is in his fighting stance. And the singular purpose of martial arts is to hit and not be hit. So he should be able to hit from that stance, and he should be able to not be hit from that stance. So no matter what I throw, and this is the last bit of science, I promise. No matter what I throw, if I'm standing here like this, and no matter what I throw, he should be able to get away. Why should he be able to get away? Now, because we already know this is the difference between our speed. About 200 milliseconds. If I'm in my best shape, best form, maybe I'm 300 milliseconds. Let's even say he's a second. It's still that, right? He should be able to get away. There's another reason why he should be able to get away. How much distance do I have to travel to hit him?
3 meters.
At least 6 feet. At least 6 feet. I've got to travel from here to here, from here to here, from here to there, and then up to there. And you know, you get a little cheat because you're going up kind of, and you're skipping that extra little bit. But it's got to be at least 6 feet. And you know how I know it's almost 6 feet? Because my legs are 32 inches long on the inseam. And I have 2 of them. And the one of them is starting back here, and it's going to extend to here. And probably at my moment of impact, I'm going to be extended probably almost the whole thing. So it's probably about 5 or 6 feet I have to travel. How far does he have to travel for me to miss him?
A couple inches.
5 or 6 inches. I want to have a race. Stay right here. Sir. Look that way. Sir. Like a race, running, not fighting.
Oh, okay.
All right. Get ready.
Sir.
Get up. Okay.
Sorry, T.
This is necessary to do, and I'll tell you why. Stay right here. You're going to be the finish line. Right there. Okay? And I'm your finish line. That's about 5 or 6 inches, right? Get ready. Sir. Go. Well, most times it works. Prove my whole theory. He's got to go 5 inches forward. He's got to go 5 feet forward. You ready? Are you ready? Sir! You've got to go 5 inches. You've got to go 5 feet. Are you ready? You ready? Are you ready? Is that really ready? Get ready. Get ready. You're going to run. Come on. You got to win. You ruined my whole thing. Go. She wins. It's not a hard.
Go right, E.T. Yeah!
Hey, sit down. Sir.
You got it on film. The day E.T. beat Ace's butt.
If you've got to travel 5 inches and he's got to travel 5 feet, no matter who you are, you should win every time. Now, there's going to be slight compensations, right? Always, you know, there's always a guy out there who wants to ruin your life, right? So I'm going to kick. Am I going to kick here if I'm trying to hit him? Say no.
No.
Where am I going to kick?
6 inches
Here. So he's going to have to move 12 inches. But guess what the good news is? I've got to move 5 feet plus 6 inches more. So he still should be able to get away. Because I'm moving 5 feet plus another 6. He's moving 6 plus another 6. He's moving a foot, I'm moving more. Get it?
Sir.
But why do you always get hit? Right? I mean, it seems like you shouldn't get hit. This is the science, right? Science says you shouldn't get hit. And I fought this Egyptian guy once who understood this. And I couldn't hit the guy. No matter what I did, he knew his distance. And I would try to hit him every way humanly possible. And he was just like, voila. 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 Guy tortured my life. I couldn't hit this guy. He frustrated me to no end. I started doing judo on him. Right? We get in the clinch and he would just like, and I threw him. I got like 3 points. In judo, taekwondo, I got disqualified. But if it was a judo match, I would have won, right? So he beat me physically and mentally because he got me so angry. I started doing judo on him. My teammates, when I came out of the stands, true story, when I went up to the stands, I was like, and they were like, I don't know you. Right? I was captain of the team, too. So, yeah, that was a rough year. We won't talk about that year. That was 1990, World Cup in Madrid. Science says you should be able to always win. Why can't you? Because it seems like you get hit. How many people have been standing here And how many people have been standing here, and somebody's kicking them, and how many of you have gotten hit while you've been standing there? Raise your hands. Yes, you have. Why? You only have to travel 6 inches.
Reaction time, sir.
Because
Reaction time is good answer. Reaction time. How can you improve your reaction time?
Practice.
Well, no. We just practice what? Practice driving your car? How do you practice what? Practice. Oh! There's a sound. Oh! There's a woman behind me. Practice what? Practice what? Well, you see, there comes the science. Now, I've given you the first answer, and so did the doctor scientist back there. Tell me that rule again.
For every action, there's an equal amount of reaction.
Aha. Aha, 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 aha. Aha. Everybody go, ah. Because that's what you do when you really understand something. You go, because you have this moment of what they call the Eureka Moment. It's like, oh, and it all becomes clear. It's like when your mom says all the time, don't cross the street, only in the green, not between. You get hit by the car, you go, aha! When the car hits you, right? Until that point in time, it's like, what? Or they tell you study in college, study in high school, you won't go to a good college, and you're trying to do your SATs, and you're like, what is Phoenix? What? And you start getting calls from, you know, those colleges that you can't spell the name, right? Some of us haven't had that experience, I see. Don't worry, you might. Okay, so the point being, the aha factor, if you will, is you have to push back if you want to go forward. So if you want to go backwards, what do you have to do? Aha. Now, let's think about it for a moment. What foot? Now, here's the trick. What foot? I know, now we're in Alaska. What foot? Don't worry, we're going to get warm in a second. What foot?
start moving the sitting.
I can open this thing right now. What foot is going to push forward? It's always the same foot. See, this is the beauty of this. It's always the same foot, no matter what you do. Which foot is it? Of course it is. Of course it is. Why? Oh, I'm in big trouble now. If I put that on there, I'll think it's hotter. Oh, we're in big trouble. If I want to move backwards, the front foot is always going to push backwards. Regardless of whether I'm stepping backwards, step backwards. Oh, okay, all right. If I said step to the wall, would you go like this? So, step backwards. All right, give a big hand. I'll be teaching the rest of the class in English too. So the kids just got the Mr. Perez like this, right? They're all like, what a jerk, man. Let's do all this exercise, got us tired. You guys get the funny, stupid Mr. Perez, right? So, wait till the third group. Okay. If you want, now skip backwards. Let's see what this looks like.
He's good at skipping.
Yeah! Give him a big hand. You got it. Okay, well, now look what he did. If he was moving backwards, he pushed off the same foot. If he's skipping, go. He pushes off the front foot. That's a sissy skip. That's like, come on, try to kick me. It's like, come on.
Nickname there.
Sissy skip.
Skipper. Yes, Already. Okay, step back. 50-50 chance of getting this one right. Okay. And that's the point. Come back. There are only basically two ways you can get away, folks. You can skip back. Or you can step back. Got it? All right, come back. Ready?
All right, Sissy, good job.
Now, both of them are initiated with the front foot. So why is it always such a mystery when the other guy moves? You guys like get on, you're like, oh! What's next? You know? No, it's not that hard to figure out. Push off the front foot. When in doubt, push off the front foot. Got it?
Sir.
And you can either push back or you can step back. Now, there's only two reasons why you're going to step back or push back. Because how many kicks can he throw? How many legs does he have? 2. Well, you can either throw this leg or that leg.
1.
Got it? So you only need to be able to go like this or like this. That's just science. Don't make it more difficult than what it seems. Now that I've just given you the ultimate confidence in the world, because you realize I only have to travel 6 inches. He has to travel 6 feet. This is kicking distance. Hand up. This is kicking distance. This is the punching distance. The punching distance. Why? Because I can punch it. You know? This is not punching distance. Because I can't punch it.
Got that, Widow?
Right? But this is kicking distance. Got it?
Sir.
Because my legs can reach, actually, this is actually punching distance if you were to go like this. So it's not wholly accurate. Without an extra motion, though, this is kicking distance. Okay? To make this punching distance, I'd have to actually step in the same way. And I'd probably get hit in the middle. Got it?
Sir.
Okay, so from here, this is as close as I want to stand if I want to kick him or I want him to kick me. At this point, I know there's something wrong. Because we can actually both hit each other. I don't have to worry about him punching me without him making an extra motion. Right. Listen.
Stupid sissy.
Sometimes the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top.
Hey, I got hit a lot.
Okay, so if I don't want to get kicked, where should I be? Yeah, I should either be too far or too what? Too close. Got it? Now that's it. You guys can go home now. No, I'm joking. That's all the coolness. That's all the coolness. That's the science. So now, just think about that for a minute. Now, from here, the last thing I'll say about this, I keep saying it's the last thing, I'm going to be ready. We're fighting. I'm at this distance. I know he can kick me. Wait. I know he can kick me. But I also know all I have to do is be ready to move backwards. Now, if you look at my foot, you see how my ankle is ready to move? My knee is ready. My foot is connected to the floor. My shoulder's underneath. I'm ready to move. No matter how fast he is, no matter how fast, I can get away. Because I can move at least close to the same time he's going to move. I don't have to move at the exact moment. What am I going to look at if I want to get away? Come on, take a guess.
His foot.
His what?
Movement.
His hips? No. You had two right answers today, though.
Just a few inches behind him, sir.
I'm going to look a few inches behind him for what? His friend, his referee, his wife, his what?
So you can see his whole body.
What the hell am I looking at?
See what he does before?
No! We'll make that an easy one. Next. Thank you for trying. It takes a lot of courage to answer. Yes?
Watch legs.
No.
See what he does before he goes on.
No!
His eyes. Him, sir.
Who?
Him.
No!
Chest. His movements.
No!
Wait on his feet.
No.
Cody's gonna do before he does it. His eyes.
His eyes? Okay, look at my eyes and tell me when I'm going to move. No!
Think ahead.
Think ahead? How do you look at a think ahead?
Before he's gonna move.
Okay, I'm gonna help you guys because it's a little bit higher. Keep going. What do you look at? Keep looking. Keep looking. His neck. How can I? We already. What is it? When a person kicks poorly, what do they move first?
Shoulders.
Shoulders. Yes, thank you. Shoulders. And even if they kick well, they're taught sometimes to move their shoulders first. And even if you don't want to move your shoulders first, it's natural to move your shoulders first. Because when you run, what do you move first? Your shoulder is what brings your body weight forward in opposition. So there's an argument to be made that you actually, in fact, have to move your shoulder first. But I try to tie up my shoulder, leg, and hip motion all to be one. Because I want to minimize the difference. Got it?
Sir.
So if I want to know when he's coming, I watch his shoulder. What else can I tell by watching his shoulder? No, I'm just punching because I like to punch.
What's coming?
What else can I tell by watching his shoulder?
Which leg's gonna move first?
Yeah, thank you. Who said that? Yeah, of course. Of course. Because watch this. How many guys kick like that? Well, no. Of course not. Right? If he's going to kick with this leg, he's moving this shoulder. He's going to kick with this leg, he's moving this shoulder. If he's going to kick with this leg, he's moving this shoulder in. Consequently, with the punches, it's going to be the same thing. If this shoulder spins, he's doing a spinning kick. Everybody go. Ah. Got it?
Sir!
Do it again. Switch your feet. Go back.
Yeah!
I'm gonna take a gun and shoot myself as soon as I leave. Right? Who are you facing? He must have hit me, man. He's like, I got you, Perez. Olympics, Olympic. Over here, Olympics. I got something for you. Okay, ready? Step forward. Step backwards.
All right.
Step backwards. Skip forward, step forward. Go back. So let's think about that strategy now. If I did nothing else but that when I was fighting with you, he steps forward. He steps backwards. He skips forward. He steps forward. Right? I would follow all that motion. Now is where the cool part comes in. We're going to add kicks. Woo-hoo. Who said woo-woo? Sir. Okay, ready. What do you call it? Round kick, the low one?
Sir, roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Roundhouse kick. I'm gonna kill you. Go back. Sir. What did I say at the beginning of the class? I would be teaching you what language?
English, sir!
Come on, that's English. I would have said Nawashigeti is what language?
Japanese.
Thank you. Doryatugi is what language?
Korean.
Doryatugi is Korean.
Korean.
Chu is what language?
Korean.
Chinese. Good.
Unless you're saying I'm going to hurt you.
Okay, ready? And what language is this? Around the house of Q.
Chinese American.
That's bad English. Ready? Here we go. Step in. But that's what my Korean sounds like to a Korean. Step back. Okay, here we go. Round kick. Step back. You call this skip round kick? Skip round kick? Round kick. Okay, so it's the same motion, we just substituted for what type of kick? So what is the wonderful thing we have learned about motion and steps today? You can either step or you can what?
Kick.
Any kick can be switched with a step, any step can be switched with a kick. Got it?
Yes, sir.
For example, go back.
Sir.
You could have stepped in, stepped out. Hello. And then you could have done the second two kicks. Do the second two kicks. 1, 2. Wave to the video camera. For life, they're going to watch that. They're going to see you like this. Everybody else going, you going. Want to try again? Come on, you got to redeem yourself. Do it. Switch your feet. Step in, step out. I like to embarrass people. Skip up round kick. Good. And back leg round kick. That's growth. Give them a big hand. You guys used to those really positive martial art classes, right?
Yes, sir.
You get Mr. Perez to jerk in, right? It's like, ah! What's wrong with you? Go, I never heard that before. Of course you do. You just hear it in a different way. Step back. Sir. I teach the same kind of classes. You know, my regular martial art class is very motivational. When I come to seminars, I give people a hard time because we have a short period of time to learn and we have a lot to do. So I give you a little bit of a hard time to make your mind expand quickly. Also, I just give this like in my class, somebody does something really bad. Of course, throw your kick. Go. Well, that was a really interesting attempt at a round kick.
Thank you, sir.
That's the same thing as saying go back. Go, kick. What was that nonsense, right? Same thing, just different message, okay? Go back. Ready. That was actually a very good round kick. Round kick, step down, step back. Go! Say, we're stepping back because we want to withdraw. We want our opponent to do what?
Come forward.
Now, if he comes forward, we're going to go 1, 2, go! No, the second two kicks. Oh, the progression, I forgot. Progression's from round back. Ready, go back, let's try it again. Guys, there's 5 combinations to follow this. So like this is only the first combination. There's 5 more. Say, oh no.
Oh, no!
Let's do the aha factor first, though. Aha! Here goes aha. Step in, step out. Skip in, step in. Good. Now go back. Replace it all with round kicks. Ready? All with round kicks is number 2. Number 1 is going to be the step. Actually, 0 is the step. Number 1 is what all round kicks. Ready? 1.
Yes!
Yes! On video again. You might want to switch with somebody else. The rest of your life, you're going to grow up to be an Olympian, and this is what they're going to show on TV. Pretty cool. Back then, when he was how old?
14, sir.
14 years old. This was little Willy Wonka throwing his... Little did we know that he would grow up to be...
John Beltran?
John, tell you your name.
Olympic
It's like
champion.
a question. It's like a question, like, John Beltran? Is that your name or somebody else?
Somebody else, sir.
Who are you?
I don't know, sir.
Go back. Okay, now. You want to check what they're going to do. This is how you check what they're going to do. You step to see what they're going to do. Step. Go out. Enter. Okay, go back. Here we go. All round kicks is number 1. Ready? 1. Yes! Okay, go back. Now, remember what I said. We want to use the same motion against our opponent over and over again. We want to torture our opponent with motion because he's going to expect you to do it over and over again. If you hit them with something, they get tired of that. So what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Block! No, we talked about that.
Move on to me, Reeve.
Hit them. That's one of the options. What's the other one? Move out of the way. They're going to do something. They may block, they may move out of the way, they may hit you. But the good news is they'll do one of those 3 things because they're tired of it. So depending upon what they do, you can change the technique, the initial technique to match. For example, if he keeps kicking me here, kick me. Ow! Go back. Not over and over again. Kick me. Ow! Do it again. Ow! Do it again. Ow! Right? Or, ha-ha. Right? I mean, I'm going to pick something to do. Right? If I pick this to do, he would change that kick to a straight motion kick. A straight motion kick. A straight motion kick. Like a what?
Front kick.
A front kick or a what?
Side kick.
A what? Okay, the 2 things you will never do in this particular combination probably are front kick because you'll break your what? Yeah, you'll break your toe. Really hard to hit somebody with front kick. And if you can do it, that's terrific. But it's really difficult. So you would do a push kick maybe. But you might do an axe kick. All right, yeah. But the straight one, the one that goes straight. Because as I was going in to punch him, axe kick. Right, no, the straight, that's the curved one, this one, that's the curved one, the straight one is this one. No, axe kick, straight, right between my hands. Not around, straight, up and down. Holy cannoli, that was beautiful. Now you got something good on video. Okay, ready? So for example, if he kept doing this to me, he kicks me, I would try to do this eventually, right? When he tries to round kick me. The next time I tried to do that, what would happen? Not a question mark, yeah, definitely. Ah! Very dangerous, right? But beautiful because it's meeting the target. The target's coming and you're meeting it. Got you. I got you. Your mom here? Look around, you better find her. Is she here? Oh, you lucky. Yeah, I'll get one of you guys in teen class. You lucky. Why can't we the adults mess up? Okay, ready? So number 2.
Raise your hands. There he is.
Okay.
You'll be the one.
Number 2, I'm going to change. I'm going to make the second kick a straight kick, okay? So we're going to start out the same way because we're still programming our opponent. Round kick. Step down, step back. Here's the kick we're going to change. That's going to be a skip axe kick to the face off the front leg. You guys know this kick?
Sir.
Skip axe kick. Good. And now back leg round kick to the body. Because once you try to kick the face, the hands go up. If the hands haven't gone up, his face is what? No, it's kick. His hands don't go up and he's not moved away. His face is kicked.
Mush.
Yeah, so then if his face is kicked, what's the next thing he usually does?
Also,
Well, it depends how hard you hit him, but he usually tries to block it late, right? He's like, and then his body will be open. So we're going to go body, face, body. Got it? Sir! Go back. Let's go back to the original one so we don't forget it. Just step. 0 is step. Step! Ah! All 3 steps, folks. Do it again. Ready? So it's step in, step out, skip in, step in. Everybody go, ah.